Hi Sagittarius, how are you? Welcome back and welcome to April. Hope you're ready for this new year, a new zodiacal sign year, I should say. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, so technically well, not technically, but in some traditions, this is considered the beginning of the year. So this is exciting. This is very exciting, and I hope Mercury retrograde was kind on you, and I hope it was, a lot of lessons you've learned, a lot of things that came out of it, something good, and something that you can build upon, and then see what April brings for you, shall we? Okay. So I'll do kind of the first part of the month, middle of the month, and then the end of the month. So you start with maybe needing some cooperation. Maybe you're working together with somebody on a project. Maybe there is something at work, at school, that you have to do in a team. And then, or maybe there's something that you don't know, that you're asking somebody for help, or maybe asking somebody that is more knowledgeable than you are in a certain field, like a professor, or maybe like your boss or something. Then maybe they give you an assignment and you're working on that, and you're just kind of like, well, you're kind of a little bit scratching your head of like, oh, I don't know what to do. So you asking them for advice on this. But it's a really good card, because it really sometimes we need to learn how to work in teams, how to communicate in teams too, and how to build that foundation, right? And then also kind of in the beginning, there's going to be a little bit of it's almost you feeling drained by something, because we have both two pentacles and a cup in reverse, right? So it's almost like, is there something you're waiting on to come through and it's not coming through? Is there something that on this team that is not working with you and it's not offering what you want? Is there somebody in a relationship maybe that you've been waiting for them to commit to something, but they're not committing? Now, 3 to me, it's always a card of community. It's a card of groups. So with these two, it's something to do with about a group that makes you feel a little bit drained, makes you feel that you were being left out. Maybe there was some words exchange with somebody on the team. So it really makes me think so far this is either a group setting that has to do with friends, or it's a work environment where maybe like there was a team meeting and then something was said to make you look bad and make you look that you're less than, or maybe that you didn't do a good job, and makes you really kind of feel not really good about yourself, and you're kind of pessimistic. Now for others of you that it has to do with group settings or with friends, I think it's going to be some exchange of words, or maybe there's going to be something that's going to happen that's going to make you feel left out. Somebody's not going to invite you to something, to a party, or to some sort of an event that to you is kind of important, but they didn't know, or they didn't want to, or they were totally oblivious or totally forgot, because it could totally happen, because we're still in the shadow period of the Mercury retrograde, and that's not we're not going to be done with Mercury till April 5th. So until then, there's definitely a lot of chances of miscommunication, things getting missed and things getting misfiled, or things like that. So don't get discouraged, because there's always like a bright side. Now going into the second part of the month, wow, okay, let me pull the next card and see. So going into the next part of the month, it's really the sneaky behavior. This is the sneaky behavior to me. This is somebody that's trying to get away with something and doing it in a really sneaky way. But if he's going to get caught no matter what. So I feel what is going on is that something is real. Something in your group, it really is putting roadblocks for you. And they're doing that on purpose. So really, really be mindful of who that is. Try to figure out who that is, and then don't really trust them that much. Don't really open up to them as much. don't really give them opportunities to put you in a position where they can take advantage of you, because they surely will with the first chance that they get. But it's definitely something to do with a group setting. And like I said, it could be work and it could be friends. It could be both. But getting so many pentacles, I think it really has to do with work. Somebody's going to try to undermine you this month. Somebody's going to try to undermine either the work you're doing or going to put you down in front of the group. And then maybe that's going to really make you feel like you've been taken advantage of, and like really there's going to be a lot of talk behind somebody's back. It's either you're going to be doing that or they're going to be doing that about you. So really be mindful, really be careful with this month. And with we having the Mars in Gemini, that doesn't really help with that either, because people are really scattered around this time, because they just want to get everything done and they try to multitask, but nothing really gets done. So this is where this comes into play, the juggling card, where it's like too many options, too many things to do, being too overwhelmed. So I think for some of you, this is going to be almost like a testing phase of like if it's work related, people will give you a lot of work, but people are going to try to put you down and put roadblocks and then see how you can handle this. See how you can handle the pressure. Are you going to crack under pressure, or are you going to be able to balance and really come through with flying colors? So this is a really testing time for you. Really be careful. Really do your due diligence to really get through from like A to Z. Do all of the steps as said. Don't skip anything. Do not say anything bad about anybody else. Just kind of put your hand in the sand and then do the work, because I think it will pay off at the end of the month. But really be mindful of people that want to undermine you, because there are people in your life right now that really want to sabotage you. They really want you to fail. So I would really pay attention to those people, who they are, and try to find them. But don't be negative. It's not negative, it's not the word. Don't be impulsive, because the impulsivity is going to get you nowhere. It's only going to hurt you. If you're going to react, you're going to be this guy, and you don't want to be this guy, right? So let's see what the end of the month holds for you, because so far this is going to be a really intense and very testing time for you. So let's see what's the bright side of this, shall we? Okay. Wheel of Fortune in reversed. Ace of Swords. Virgo just got the Ace of Swords in reversed as well. And then the Ten of Wands. Yeah, you're not going to accept the offer. Well, Sagittarius, this is all I can say. This is going to be a really tough month for you. So brace yourself. And this is going to be a really testing time, because, like I said, it's going to be in a way that things are going to be testing you to see how will you do under pressure. Are you going to be able to pull through or not? Are you going to let the wheel spin in the same way as it always did? Being in the same rut, in the same routine with the same old people that just want to make you feel bad and just want you to fail? Or are you going to make this wheel turn upside, make it upright? What are you going to do? Then with the Ace of Swords, I feel like this pressure that you're going to be on this month, it's going to really get to you. I think it's, it has a high chance of really getting to you. And then again, because we have Mars in Gemini, then we're going to have Mercury in Gemini. It's a lot of Mercury in Aries. There's a lot of strong, fast-moving energies this month. So a lot of things are going to be happening like really fast. Really fast. So it's a matter of like, how are you going to be able to cope with all of this pressure? And with the Ace of Swords, there's going to be moments where you're going to lack clarity, where you're going to feel, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right track? Is this what I need to be doing right now? Should I focus on something different? But Sagittarius, at the end of the month, you're dropping all of that burden. Something will happen, something will come up for you that will make you realize that it's not as bad as it seems. It's all a matter of perspective. There could be somebody that might try to come and convince you of kind of getting into this behavior, getting into the sneaky behavior, and like cutting corners and doing things just, you know, not so right to say. But you're gonna be like, no, this is not my code of ethics. This is not my routine, and this is not how I do things. These are not my standards. And you're going to be able to pull through. You're going to be able to handle all of this pressure, and you're going to be able to show people who were putting this pressure on you that you are able to handle and juggle all of these different tasks, all of these different things that are happening in your life. And I really think it has to do with work, but for some of you, I think it's both. I think, and that's why it's going to be such an intense month, because besides dealing with this bullshit at work, you're going to be dealing with this in your personal life with a friend that really is there to undermine you and really talking shit behind your back without you even realizing this. And then I think with the Ace of Swords, this is what tells me, and I don't think you're going to know that that's what's going on. Not till the end of the month, I think. I think this is where you're gonna really, because you're gonna be kind of so caught up in all of this and all getting those done and handling this and trying to get ahead, you know, in your responsibilities, in your day-to-day routines and your tasks and whatever your plans and goals are. And then I feel like whatever is might take like a back seat, the personal life per se. So all in all, I feel like it's going to be a really important time for you this month, in month of April, to really pay attention to where you're overextending yourself, to where you are letting other people undermine you. Really see, especially like with this, I feel like some people are going to be like, oh yeah, I'll help you, but then they go behind your back and then they're like, oh yeah, they came to me and I didn't know how to do this, so I had to help them. You know what I mean, Sagittarius? So it's like kind of behavior like that you want to avoid this month. So yeah, you want to ask for help, but be careful who you ask for. If it's something you don't know, I would better Google it than going to somebody within your team for advice, especially if you don't trust them to begin with, because there's really potential for them to really talk a lot behind your back, and then for something to happen or to be said to you, or maybe there's going to be more things put on you to kind of make you either purposely to show that you are either going to fail or how you're gonna come from that. But really, at the end of the month, no matter how hard this is gonna be, and it's gonna be intense, you're gonna pull through. You're really gonna, like, there's gonna be moments of a bit of weakness. There's gonna be moments of like confusion, and then if you're really on the right track, if you're really doing the right thing, if you're really seeing through the bullshit, if you're really cutting people and then getting away from people that no longer serve you, or you're kind of spinning in the same wheel, you know. But really, at the end of the month with this, and then with this, you kind of like letting go of that control and letting go of that, like, you know, like, who am I trying to prove here? Like, you know, like, who are they to tell me what I can handle and what I can't handle? You know, and you're going to be like, I'm done. This is not fair. This is not right. This is not just. And I'll be surprised if this next month the Justice card does not come up for you in the reading, because I feel the tips, the scales of the balance are going to tip in your favor, just because, you know, you've been tested and you've proven yourself that you are, you can handle this, Sagittarius. So now let me pull some oracle cards and see what extra message comes for you. Yeah, I wish I could have given you a lot of a more positive reading, but hey, you know what, I would better have this testing in the beginning of the year than at the end of the year, you know, because then you set the pace right, then you really set, you start the year right, where it's like, yeah, it's hard in the beginning, but then it gets easier, right? Because you already started it, right? You already like cleaned out house, you already did the things that you needed to get done, so now it's just a matter of maintaining things versus really working and changing things. Okay, so let's see for the first part of the month. You have Wolf, family and loyalty. You know, that's where this is going to come. I think really it's who's your family, who can you trust, who you cannot trust. You know, like who's there for you, who's there not, who is there to undermine you. And, you know, I think in this case, if you really want to ask for advice, if it's work related, do not go to people at work. Better like ask somebody, unless you really trust them and they've proven themselves to you that you're really, they're really there for you and they really care about you and want the best for you, then yes, do that. But if not, I think your family is the best bet. That's where, you know, you can gain more insight, and that's where people really going to back you up. And for some of you too, I think this also might be, this whole thing is happening maybe in your family environment too. Maybe siblings, maybe something to do with siblings, where it's like that one sibling is getting more than the other, or maybe one sibling is saying something about the other, you know, something along those. And then with the 5, change, it's a card of change with 2 5s. So it's really a lot of things are going to be coming up for you in the beginning of the month. And I think especially on April 5th, and during that new moon in Aries. So really watch out for that. Let's see. Then we have the alligator, emotions and healing. Now with this one, I feel like with this combination, I feel like it's going to be, especially with the 7 of Swords, there is gossip going around that might make you feel really, really sad, really bad, really emotional, and that somebody's going to try to like push your buttons really hard. But this is where you really, it's up to you to really like tell them to back off and, you know, like stop doing it, or, you know, try to kind of juggle it in such a way that, you know, you're not going to be affected by it. So it's really up to you how you're going to react to this. And we have 2 2s here, you know. So 2 is partnerships, is multitasking, is sometimes overextending yourself, taking on too much than you can handle. You know, and with the emotion here too, it's like, well, you know, are you really taking on more than you can handle just because you want to prove something to somebody? Why is that happening? Or are you taking on something for somebody that you know is just taking advantage of you? You know, yeah, try to address those areas. Try to really pay attention to where that behavior is happening in your life and with who specifically that is happening. And then to end the month, let's see. Mystery magic. Wow. Oh, I love this though. At the bottom of the deck, we have strength and confidence. I mean, this is totally what's going to happen at the end of the month. You're going to realize that you're so much stronger than you are. You're so much more deserving of people in your life that are, and look, number 1, a new beginning. You're really going to tip the scales in your favor in the month of May. So hold tight this month, you know, buckle up and do the work, and really don't pay attention to those gossipers. Don't really get involved with that, you know, but really be mindful of where you're being sabotaged and where you're self-sabotaging yourself as well. Because, you know, with strength, confidence at the end of the month, you know, you're going through all of this work, the inner work and the outer work, right? Like all of this testing that has to do, you know, and that's only going to make you stronger. But with mystery and magic, it's like, I feel like it has to do with more about letting things unravel on their own versus you know, pushing for things to happen. Because here I feel like, you know, people that try to sabotage you, there will come a point where they, you know, they'll fall in their own trap. And this is how this is, like, you know, things work in mysterious ways, so you never know where it's going to come from. So really, really be careful. So it's like a two-edged sword in a way. It's like, be careful of you yourself, be careful, because people might just like come at you when you least expect it. But also the other positive, the other good part about it is that people that will try to sabotage you, you know, justice is coming to them. And it's going to come when it's least expected for them. So, you know, buckle up, really do the work, really hang in there. And when you feel like you can't, go to your family, go to somebody that you really trust. Trust is going to be a big theme for you this month. And I feel like if you have people in your life that you can really trust and open up about how you really feel, about how the burdens you feel and all of the stress that you're going through, please do that, because as a one person handling all of this situation, it's very intense, and it's nice to have somebody in your corner, especially when you know that somebody's trying to sabotage you. So, you know, have those people in your corner. Do a little bit of nurturing this month, especially in the mid-month, where it's going to be, you know, I want to say around the 20th. There's going to be, you know, you kind of need to de-stress, do something nice for yourself, you know. Be it like going to a spa, going to a massage, or going to maybe a sauna with some friends, or maybe going for a hike somewhere. Just really kind of getting away from all of this nonsense. That would really, really help you. But know that at the end of the month, you're going to pass the test. So, yeah. I'll leave you with that, Sagittarius. And I'm really curious what's going to happen for you in April. But I think it's going to, in May. But I think it's going to be a really great May for you. Okay, see you then. Bye.